Yo, yo, yo. We're back. Another ACL show on a Monday because, Sundays were busy, but here with Detox and Fred.
We
Yeah,
get it
what's up?
done.
What's up?
We get it done.
We get it
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
As long as we get, as long as we get one out. Sundays, usually we have enough people available. Yesterday, it is what it is. So we'll push it a day, lead up to the ACL Cup, and maybe get, a game or two of action on there.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get some of the games going.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm waiting to see if anybody posts streams or something.
I told him
Ho-
to post it, so I don't know.
hopefully we get some games. It looks like there are some that are gonna play, so that's good news. I know
We figured, though.
there's a few that have rescheduled and stuff, but that's all right. So it's the problem is the managers that don't look at the manager chat except to set up their games on league nights and then never look at it again.
Yeah, and I hate those because they're the ones that be like, oh, I just looked at my messages and I missed transfer window, stats, deadline, all these stuff. And I'm just like, dude, why are you in Discord? Get you a co-manager.
Yeah,
All right, let me try to make sure that everything posted that way. We can have people rolling in. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think we had a good, decent turnout for ACL Cup. I know some teams.
yeah. I mean, we'll see how many end up playing tonight, but I think overall we had like 64. Um, so it worked out. It's just like I said, it's a matter of who all shows up tonight. I mean, I do see a majority of the games getting set up, though. There's a few managers that PM me that they didn't hear from the other team, so there'll be a few forfeits opening night. Hopefully by the second round next week, everyone's playing though.
Yeah, we figured that was going to be the issue. It's going to be the first day because it's always the same people that don't respond to anything, and we assume they're gonna play, and then they're like change their mind at the end.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you can't make managers be good managers. They're shitty managers. They're shitty managers. Like I got a few PMs say, "Oh, we forgot it was." What do you mean? I've been spamming every chat that you could have
Yeah,
possibly been in for the last
yeah.
week about when
Green
it
field
started.
list.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
just you don't pay attention. Like that's fine, but don't get out of my PMs, please.
So this is knockout, right? It's like
Yeah,
Yeah,
single
straight
knockout
knockout.
or double knock, whatever. Two
so whoever
games.
loses is
Yep.
locked out tonight.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so it'll
it's
clean up as we go. Then a lot of the
Yeah,
teams are,
exactly. By like second, third round, like it'll be a good competitive tournament with
yeah,
active managers. You know what I mean? It's
that
just
want to play and win. Yeah,
right. It's weeding through the bullshit of the first few rounds.
and get one of those cool trophies put on their page.
Bro, those
Yeah.
trophies are legit. Me and Detox got the first
We got
trophies
the
on
first
site this
ones.
weekend,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
We're out here flexing. You know what I mean?
Man, I was there and I didn't get anything.
Nobody,
He
no,
said I was.
nobody do it better. You know what I'm saying?
I was there in
You were
spirit
there in
and I
spirit.
didn't
Yeah,
get anything.
exactly.
No one does it
You
better,
got,
bro.
you got one in spirit. You just can't see
Yeah,
it.
I just can't see it. Yeah,
It's a ghost trophy. Don't worry about it.
I thought y'all were gonna play the money tournament, and I was gonna I'll stay up for that.
Nah, I
I didn't
couldn't
hear
play.
nothing.
Detox had to go to the
Argentina
Copa
game?
game.
Yeah, so
Yeah, the Copa game the next night.
we decided to hold it off for the next one. So I'm sure we'll get the squad together and
Nah,
hit up
yeah,
the
I
tourney.
should be more available.
Yeah,
More
as long as we still got me at striker, I think we can go far.
Of course, we're winning
Yeah,
if you're a striker for sure.
for sure, for sure. We only struggled in the final because I decided to
Take it easy.
move. Well, no, move to outside mid instead and let somebody else come in and be striker. And they're not me. They can't control the ball,
It's
and
true.
they're not playing 6'6", 240.
I just noticed that I don't know if you guys can see the screen I'm sharing, but the trophies are on the website. Those look nice.
Yeah, it's dope. I saw that.
Yeah,
Look at
that
that
screen is clean
BYOT.
too.
Yeah, still trying to keep our weekly tournaments Fridays,
I mean, we're
Saturdays.
trying to build it.
Uh,
I feel like it's a struggle. We got more teams to sign up. That doesn't mean we got that number of teams to show up. But
I saw a guy
yeah,
sign up and was like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to sign
yeah.
up." And I'm
Like there
like,
was I mean, we literally didn't play the first 3 rounds because
mhm.
"Yeah,
people were either saying they're in something else or they forgot that they signed up. I don't know how you
Right.
forget.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like RPCL has the early ones, you know, at like 8 Eastern or something like that, and then uh TBL has like the kind of mid time of 10 or 10:30 Eastern. So I don't know. I mean, we got to try to figure out something to get those kind of popping. And I mean, look at these beautiful trophies that we created for ACL Cup winners. So we got to be able to put them to use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just start doing some paid ones.
Yeah, we can run
At
paid
least.
ones.
At least if they pay, at least if they're gonna show up because they got
Yeah,
to
because
pay
they
for it.
paid. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like that's confirmation that they'll be there as opposed to like, are these people actually going to show up?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing too, though. Even the paid ones, like everybody wants paid, and then when it comes to paying, they're all like, "Oh no, I should have made it free." And I'm like, dude, don't ask for paid. But yeah, we can try to run a paid one. See if we get any luck. But transfer window closed on last night. Well, I guess we gotta do a better job of explaining it. So it's the free transfer window for people that don't want to buy premium. You
That's
can
not really
release.
free.
Yeah. Well, it technically is no. I mean, they
Well,
can release people.
yeah, they can also block them. Shout out to De La NASA or whatever who blocked my transfer to Royal or a player transfer to Royalty. Really
Hey,
appreciated that, brother.
some players gotta learn to not sign up for some teams, man. I think that's the lesson that needs to be learned from that is that make sure you're aware of what you're signing up for and who you're signing up for. I mean, some managers you're there for life if you sign up, man.
Yeah, that was wild to message someone for a transfer and have them say no, he's not authorized to leave. I was like, oh, all right, so you're just running a prison camp over there.
I forgot who it was. There was a guy that feel like that did that a lot. He would just sign people and then they would be like, I didn't mean to, I didn't want to sign, and I'm like, sorry.
I mean, we've had a few managers. That's what ultimately led to premium is that it was like the number of like hostage situations we had to get in the middle of was just like, all right, let's give these guys an option to be able to self-release and not have to be at the liberty of a vengeful manager who's just upset because you told them you don't want to play on their team anymore.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we didn't really see a lot of big movements. I I remember last year we had like two teams literally swap rosters on like an hour before it closed. But I didn't see much movement. I don't know if you guys saw anything that was interesting.
Nothing too crazy.
Not really. Yeah, I mean, there was a few, but again, like these guys think that they're able to move freely and they don't need the manager's approval, and it's just not
Yeah,
the
that's
case.
all it
So
was.
like,
Just
y-
a lot of headaches in these tickets.
yeah, it's a lot of like, no, they need to get approval, and it's just like,
I don't
I
think that's the
think
part that they don't understand, even though we explain it like 100 times. Like it's
I
a
think
transfer,
that's
so you have to get approval from your manager. You just don't get to go, "Hey, I'm free now."
yeah. Toxic Goats requested to add like 5 people, and I think like 3 of them were on other
On
rosters and
teams.
hadn't been
Yeah,
approved. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
or managers like we said earlier, like don't check Discord, so like they wait till like an hour
Yeah.
after to say, "Hey, I need to move people," and I'm like, dude.
yeah, no, for sure, and yeah, I think it's definitely one of those things where no one reads anything. Like, I don't know if they just like forgot how to read. I don't know what the exact deal is with that, but the reading comprehensiveness in ACL is fucking terrible, man. Like, these guys cannot read if it saves their lives. Like, the number of people that I got asked, when does ACL Cup start, when every single message I put that
Yeah.
starts, July 1st was fucking alarming, man. It really made me like have question humanity a little bit.
Yeah. So that was this weekend. You guys won the Flash tournament.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, first ever on-site trophy. It was nice.
Yeah, so that's gonna be start looking nice. All right, so I guess we can get into some of these tables since we're at the midway point. See if we start noticing some patterns of teams, starting to make a gap and securing their playoff spots. And we usually start with D1 because that's everybody's favorite. Let me go full screen that way we can see all of it. There we go. So virtual talent back in first. Holix, Viva still top 3. Fatal fourth. Most hated fifth. Toxic Goats sixth. Los Pibes and Joga rounding out the top 8. And then we see just a plethora
I
of
mean, it's
teams.
tight.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
all the
it's
way
tight.
down to like almost El Mariasa,
It's
even
anybody's
maybe
game.
even
Nemesis.
Nemesis. I
Yeah, they're
mean,
only 8. That's 8.
yeah,
That's doable.
which is crazy because I mean, if you look at it realistically, from relegation to playoffs is 11 points apart.
Yeah.
You have a good week, and a few people have a bad week, and you move up 4, 5 spots.
Yeah, I mean the biggest one to me is like average pros look dead for a little bit. They came back to life. I mean, I think they got 6 points on Thursday. So that, shot them back up the board. That's all it
Yeah.
takes is like a 6 point night and you move up like 2 or 3 spots if you're anywhere between that like 8 to 15 or 16 range. Like 6 points when the table's that tight is it's incredible what it'll do for you. Um the one I'm looking at is like Yoga Bonita. I don't know if Roshi's got enough to like hang on to that club in that spot for the remainder of the season. Um
A lot of
I
transfers.
yeah, that team has had a ton of I wish we could show like another stat past points that tracked people's transfers just to see how absurd some of these teams are. Because yeah, Yoga's one of those that like they might have had a whole new roster. Like I don't know that there's anyone left there from the beginning of the
I'm
season.
actually looking at it right now, and you've got I'm
Oh
guessing
yeah, the psych.
3 or 4 original players on that team
Which is
from when it
crazy
first
that you
started.
it's crazy to have that much turnover and you're still sitting in an 8 seed. You know what I mean?
It just goes back to what we spoke about. You can swap players all you want, but if the core isn't there, what are you really doing?
Yeah,
Like
for
you're
sure.
not playing off of anybody. You're not building off of anybody. You're just attempting to put a super team together that can push you back up.
Right. And I mean, Lethal came back. I think they were down like 13th or 14th last week. Um, so they moved up, to at least striking distance there. They're 2 points back. Um, I think that toxic goat spot is probably unachievable. I'd say maybe Los Peebs. But realistically, that's like 9 teams fighting for the 8 seed and the
Yeah,
8 seed only.
I think Los Pibes had a big game the other day and beat Fatal 5-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's
I
I
mean,
mean,
they got a nice little run going.
I wouldn't sleep on those guys. They have
They
another
got
good
2.
week.
You got
Yeah,
6 points. Yeah.
you get
Because
Yeah.
we
another good
watched most
week.
hated. Most hated dropped some big games where they drew, I think, and then they lost to Viva.
Yeah, most hated is one of those. We'll see. I think they're playing ACL Cup. Maybe that's one of the games we can kind of tune into tonight. Um, their play style is very odd. Like it's extremely choppy. Like like we talked about on Thursday when we were watching their games. Like if they score first, they're a problem. If they get scored on first, it's a problem for them. Like that's
Right.
kind of the way to beat that team is to score on them first and make them have to sort of open up defensively and not just pack the bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Which is
Is
hard to do though. It's such a risky gameplay to like
yeah, because
go up
like we've
one
seen
and
them
try to defend. Like I don't know.
we've seen them try to come from behind, and it's like a struggle for them. Because
They usually get
against
blown out
Viva,
when they're trying to come from behind. You know what I mean?
yeah, against Viva, that game that they were making up, they kept trying to chip over the defenders, but like they had nobody tall.
Yeah,
And then we
Yeah, that
saw them like completely play different against Toxic Goats
yeah,
and pull
for
out the
sure.
draw. So it's
Well,
like,
and Toxic Goats was leading that up to like the 88th minute and got a little unlucky with a late goal there from Most Hated. But yeah, that I mean those two teams could easily be flip flopped right now if that late goal doesn't happen and those they don't draw. So that should be a pretty good battle for that 5-6 spot. I think I don't know. I
but I
mean
mean, then
Fatal.
like 6-1 is still like 8 points.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh
I don't see anyone above Fatal dropping that many games.
yeah, because
Like
like
those
Toxic
top.
Ghosts were able to pull that one game against Viva 3-2
Yeah.
Yeah,
that we
yeah,
watched.
they
So
were,
it could be possible. It's just they get, and that means that's the thing. Toxic Ghosts are getting a lot of their tougher games out of the way, so they could make that small run.
the
Try
thing is like looking at how tight this division is. I don't think you have an easy game except for maybe 16, 17, 18. I mean, every one of those teams is fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, I
So
don't think there's
it's
any more easy games.
yeah,
it's not like you're showing up to a team that's like dead and has no chance and half their players have quit already. I mean, you have 90% of D1 East that still has a chance at playoffs. So
Yeah.
they're literally just playing for their lives. Maybe the last week it'll trim out a little bit, but right now I think it's way too early that, anyone's given up on having a chance at the playoffs. I mean, like I said, it's a 6 point night and it can bump you 5 positions and
Yeah.
with how tight it is in East right now.
yeah. I mean, I feel like this is probably the tightest we've had of a
The
D1
pressure, the
division.
pressure's gonna kick in
Yeah,
because you mess up one week and that potentially can drop you
Yeah, definitely.
with how close everybody is. And
Oh yeah, for sure. Even a even a team like Most Hated, if let's say you go for a week that you get 2 points, well, all of a sudden now you're looking at 7 or 8 instead
yeah,
of looking up at the top three trying to chase them. So, and Fatal got ran by Los Peebs, so that was a little surprising. I don't, we haven't watched a ton of Fatal games, so I don't know what's going on with that team. I mean, I see that they obviously score a lot of goals. They got the Player of the Month over there and their striker. Um, I don't know if that's a defensive issue. Like I said, we haven't watched a ton of Fatal games this season yet, or at least I haven't personally.
I
So
saw. Doesn't Norbeck play for Fatal?
yeah,
I saw him post a free agent post. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. I saw him
he's
post.
he's
So I
just
don't
a
know.
giant troll. He'll never leave
Oh, really?
his yeah. He's just yeah. Every time they lose anything anywhere,
He
he makes that
just
post.
gets mad. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't
it
blame
must have
him.
been after that 5-1.
It probably. I'm
Maybe
sure it was. He's he looks for attention. He's one of those attention
those are hard to
seekers. Like
swallow.
yeah, well, and it's
It's
like all right.
humbling.
Let me let me see what my options are. When in
Yeah.
reality, he's not going anywhere. I mean, he just won the ACL title. Maybe if
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
lost a few seasons in a row, all right. But I mean, you're the defending ACL champs. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah. All right. So that was D1 East. Let's
Oh,
scoot
we
over
got
to West.
before we move on, we got pretty much the same top scorers.
Ah, yeah.
Top assisters is pretty much the same. I'll click into the top scores and maybe give some people
No, I got it. I got it.
that aren't in the top 5 some recognition.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I O'Brien still has a comfortable lead
Yeah.
over Viva Jamaican and Manny, but Manny has some big goals like for who was it? Toxic Goats.
He's
Yeah.
on Toxic Goats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was playing his heart out of those games we watched for
I mean,
sure.
yeah.
18 goals and 8 assists, so he's
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's up there.
his contributions to that Toxic Goats team has been huge. I mean, big goals, like they're just, and that's a team that's literally fighting in every game. They're not the best team, but they're
they're
solid
doing
and they get good contribution from, pretty much everyone on that team.
yeah.
Yep. All right, so we move on. D1 West. It's starting to pick up a little. There's top 2 Royal X and Syndicate, 46 points, goal difference by 9. But after that, you got Famous, Cracks Nations, Class X, maybe even untouchables, 6 points apart. Lakers also
It's
getting up
just
there, and then Royalty, who
Yeah,
are holding on to that one spot, the eighth spot.
royalty's
Eight.
mudded. Just drop them out. Royalty's mudded. They're terrible. No, I'm playing, but in all reality though, like royalty popped from like 16 to 8 with like 2 weeks, and then last week, I think we got like 1 point over there out of the 3 games we played. So not sure. It's kind of looking like it's a bipolar team. The interesting thing is that we beat some good teams, in that week before, and came back. But I don't know, the thing is the teams behind royalty. I don't know who makes that push. Be
Yeah,
it
I think that's
Warriors,
the thing.
maybe Exile, maybe I don't know. Cash will drop 75 players between now and the end of the season.
Well, he
So
just noticed that he has no premium, so I
I,
don't know if he'll get it to drop more people.
I'm sure he will. I mean, that team only makes it like 2 days before they have a blow up. Every time they'll lose an ACL game, Cash cuts like half the team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know about the teams chasing. It'll be a good playoffs though. Those 7 or 8 playoff teams there. Um, that's pretty competitive. I mean, Royal just lost to Syndicate on Thursday. Famous has done nothing but draw against the top like 6 teams, maybe 7 teams. I think they beat Royalty twice, but the other 7 teams, I don't think they've done anything except for draws. I mean, you look at the 6 draws, that's literally the other 7 teams
Yeah,
or
that's the thing
six.
too. Like you can't like it's hard when you draw so many games. You
Yeah,
could easily.
well, yeah. I mean, it's like yes, they're scoring a ton of goals, but if you look defensively, it's the worst in the top 4, top 5. You know what I mean? So, um, it just like their defense kind of lacks sometimes. Like yes, they have Harold and Omar Zito and Jair and some of those guys on offense that are able to like put up those big numbers, but we all know how it goes. Like you get to playoffs and shit tightens up. You have to be able to hold clean sheets. You have to be able to hold 1 goal games. Like it's not the play's not as open as when you're playing against CF Brotherhood in the middle of the season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's still though. I feel like this is a little bit more competitive than normal for West, even at the
It's
halfway
it's
point.
more good teams than normal, I think. Usually we have like 2 or 3 kind of high end teams, and then a ton of kind of all right. Are they probably won't do anything in the playoffs? Um, but yeah, this has been one of the more competitive West seasons in a while.
Yep. Top goal scorers looks like it's between Magic, Leo, Harold. There's a 5 point gap. Joker with 8 point gap in assists and clean sheets. We got several 1, 2, 3, 4 with 9 clean sheets. But yeah, that race is close. Five. Trying to see who gets to 50 first. Let's go to D2. D2. D2 is one fellas appear to be running away with it a bit. They got a 10 point gap from Legends.
yeah,
It doesn't look like there's much change in the top 8. Continues to be consistent, but I mean there are teams
it's
still in the
it's
fight.
close though. It's still close.
Yeah, you still got like all the way to Lacritas maybe
Yeah, you
potential to
like
get that 8th spot,
one good week and you
but
pop right up.
Yeah, I that it's interesting because like most of our divisions, there's a pretty big like chunk of teams that are still in the fight for the playoffs, which I know like some people complain about the length of the seasons and things like that, but at the same time, like when divisions are this tight, why would you not want that long of a season? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you cut it at one playing one game each. against each team, and like the season's over already and we're going to the playoffs and you don't have a second half to battle, and like look at how close these divisions are. Pretty much everyone that we've looked at so far, like there's not a huge gap when you're looking at playoff teams to the non-playoff teams.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I think third season in, we've weeded out a lot of maybe the teams that didn't deserve to be in D2 and in D1. So now we're just starting to see how each division's starting to take like a stronger. It's a more of a battle now instead of we're used to having like 4, 5, 6 teams like already ahead,
Right.
and now it's like there's that 13th team that can still potentially make playoffs if they have one good
Yeah.
week. So it's definitely better. We're starting to get better on it. We're finally fully lengthened. We're fully back to 18 teams on each side, which when we first started, I thought maybe that might like dilute the league a little bit. But I mean, 13 of the 18 teams are in playoff battles. So
Yeah, which is, I mean, especially in like D2, it's a little bit surprising because like you kind of expect a little bit more of a sort of gap between your good teams and your bad teams, and there's really not a big one. I mean, yes, there's been seasons in the past where you have like dominant D2 East teams that just like crush the competition and they're going D1. I mean, but at the same time, like, yes, Fellas is up by a lot, but Fellas choked in the playoffs last season. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So by no means are they a guaranteed promotion because we've seen them choke literally last season in the playoffs to not get promotion.
yeah, that's where it turns up a little.
I think they got first rounded, actually, didn't they?
No, they improved from their first season. I think they made
Oh,
it to
did
the
they?
second round. So maybe this is their year. This is their season. Each year they improve.
Who's that?
Fellas.
Fellas.
Fellas. Yeah, they're a good team. I wouldn't sleep on Illuminate,
Yeah.
even though I had a little fallout with them over there when I was a part of them. But they just had some big pickups, and I think that it's gonna
Yeah, and
boost the team morale
there's
over
also
there.
some like Criminal Goal for me is a shock, not a shocker. Like, oh my god, but I mean, I didn't think they were like a top 5 D2 team.
They did decent in the preseason flash that we did, though. I think they made it like through to knockouts and maybe even the semifinal.
Yeah,
And that was
yeah,
against D1 and D2 teams, and
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a team of old school players. They've been playing together for a while, I think.
Somebody commented about Greasy Gang. I kind of got to give Greasy Gang a pass in a little bit because they
Didn't they
did
pick up
start.
a team?
Yeah, they picked up after a
Yeah.
team folded like 10,
they were
12
like,
games in. So
yeah, I was gonna say they had a horrible record to start, like maybe 4 points, something like that, when they took
yeah,
over the team.
yeah. So definitely, appreciate them taking over. I know they're
Yeah.
working hard to get that roster. I caught a bit of their game after Thursday's games, and yeah, they just some unfortunate stuff happened to them in that game. But I mean, they're still playing. At least they didn't fold. Like Prodigy already
Right.
folded.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
they,
Well, I
they
mean,
they took over a
it's
team and then folded like 1 weekend.
it's tough to keep people showing up for lower table teams, like the managers that are able to do that, like give more power. I think those managers are better than like the top club managers because everybody wants to play for a top club. Like everyone's, you get like 15 people checking off yes for the polls for a top club. Like, on those bottom clubs, like you're getting like maybe 5 votes total. Like you're having to chase people down to come play. So yeah, I give all the respect in the world to the managers, bottom table managers that are able to keep the teams and not fold. I don't think I have the power to do it. I think I would just be like, yeah, if no one's showing up, fuck you guys, I'm
Yeah,
out of here.
just
I'm not
fold
wasting
it.
my
Yeah.
time. Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, do we know where that manager came from? Like, do you guys know him
The greasy game
Mm,
guy.
no,
or
he's
the
a
Prodigy? Because sometimes I feel like
Prodigy.
people
Uh,
that like they blast that they play smalls and they're like, we're an elite division team. And then you catch the reality of real competitive 11s and it's a completely different ball game. And I
You
feel
mean
I'll
like
like
say
you?
Prodigy. I'll say Prodigy was we'll put them in that category where they're like, dude, I got top players and I can
yeah, like it
play and we're
humbles
good.
people quickly.
And yeah,
You
like a
you mean
weekend.
like
But
the guy who
Grizzly Gang
signed up?
was I think they're a bit newer to pro clubs. Maybe they play together. I was watching his stream, so I think he plays with a lot of his
Right.
viewers, maybe. So like I can give them a break if there's like it's their first season playing the league competitively, and I see that they play a lot, so that they're grinding at least.
Right.
But like
Yeah.
Prodigy, yeah, that he came in and was like, dude, I have a bunch of teams from, I have a bunch of players that are old from, I forgot what team he told me, but it was the team that used to play ACL, and I mean there was a good team, but like they came and they got 1 point, or that point might have been from the team before, so
Yeah, that's like the guy who tried to sign up, or I guess he did sign up for the Flash on Friday night, and he came from NAPC server and was like, I have 35 players, I'm ready to win.
Oh yeah.
This shit's gonna be easy. Came in and
Yeah.
like it got reported the first game that he played with 3 players.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
It
like,
was
dude,
it was jokes. Yeah.
like, come on, man. Like you like it's a different thing. Like it's one thing to like run these divisions where like okay, you can get on. Like the three of us could go get on right now and start with divisions and like run a few games and
Oh
like
yeah, of
maybe in
course.
an hour and a half like we'll have a full lobby because it's not scheduled. It's a whole other thing to be playing on a schedule where everybody has to be here by this time and the people who have been doing it for a while, like of course it's easy, we're used to it, but if you've never played competitive clubs like that,
It's
like
different.
you're gonna get blown out of the water.
yeah,
It's
and that's for
different.
sure that why I give like Grizzly Gang a pass this
Yeah.
season because they're like that's the type of team I feel like they are, that they've been
Y-
playing together first time in the league. But like he didn't come at me with no like ego where he's like, dude, we
Right.
got
Yeah.
good, they're like we're the best
People
players, put us in
people get
D1 kind of.
humbled quickly
And
when
Yeah,
they come to
for sure.
ACL. I definitely think our quality is way bigger than the other leagues.
yeah,
No, like
well that's the
shade being
thing.
thrown, but
No, yeah, but that's the thing too. Is like a lot of play. We get a lot of like it's crazy because Detox, you haven't gone through the like the beginning of the season, like when we start getting teams that fill out applications, dude.
right.
Like I think we get an average of like 90 teams, and it's like you have to dig through all those teams, and every time you message them, hey, I heard you want to join ACL. We got a spot in D3. Nah, I'm D1
Of
in
course. Yeah.
fucking who knows what league, and then I'll even do like the benefit of the doubt to be like, all right, let me go check it out, and they're like a mid table in some random league that has like 12 teams.
Yeah, I believe it. I think our
So it's
D1 is a lot of
yeah,
like,
and it's like I have to be in D1 because I'm that
yeah,
type, and then
nah, it's not.
and the funny part is we'll be like, okay, you can do the D3 tournament to promote to D2, and they'll get smacked in that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And then there's like, what is all that talk? He's like, oh, I didn't have all my players. I'm like, okay.
We'll get them together next time.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's what happens a lot is we get so many teams that are like come from other division leagues, and again, it's no shade to other leagues.
No, of course not.
Like, hey, you might have a competitive team in that league, but once you step into some of our leagues, it's like it's not the same.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we've had good teams that come from other divisions, respectfully said something and like join, and then they dominate, but they don't mind going like right here we're looking at D2B. Workers Union came from African Dream. They played D3 with no issue. Now they're in D2, top 2 team. Like, didn't give us any like headaches about playing in D3.
I mean, there's
well, and
levels.
yeah,
You just
it's just there there's people that know it and there's people that don't know it. You know what I mean? Like there's people who even if you've managed in a smaller league before coming to ACL, at least you got your feet wet. You have to be a good organizer if you're going to be a manager. Like that's the number one thing you're doing. It's not about playing the games. It's not about any of that kind of crap. Like you're just like it's just getting 11 people on the pitch, especially when you're in D2, especially when you're in D3. um I don't care where you really are on the table. Like it's it's as much in those leagues. It's as much about organization as it is anything else. I mean, the most organized teams are usually the ones that are fighting for playoff spots, fighting for promotions. Um, the ones that get smacked in the face are the ones that come in and don't haven't done it before. And I mean, I remember like the first ever team I was on, like the team chat was ran through like fucking PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was wild. Like looking back at it now, it's like how did this team ever survive? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I first started, I was like D3, and I was just happy to be on a team.
See, I got thrown into the mix early when I started. I got thrown on a D1 team and got humbled quickly.
Yeah, usually happens, but
And but they were cool about it. It was Streets. I don't know if you guys remember Streets, but he gave me my first shot on the team early. It was with Love Lady. I don't know if you remember Love Lady.
Fred might. I don't think I was around
Yeah,
that.
he's like OG. But yeah, they picked me up on his team because I had the vision. I just couldn't translate it. I guess if that makes sense. Like I wasn't prepared for what I was playing against.
Right. Yeah.
But let's move on to D2B. Again, this is like another tight division. Goes
Everybody's
all the way down to
tight.
13. Yeah,
Yeah.
even Doja at 14. But you got Ultimate,
I mean,
XI, Workers
first to
Union.
I was gonna say first to like 12 is like a 13-point gap.
Yeah, so it's still close. But RV Magic, I got NY Bulls, Olympic, Chronic Crew, Savage, and Azteca finishing out the 8. But yeah, like they're still all the way down to 13. You still got a chance. You're still looking at potentially picking up
Yeah.
some points and potentially having, like you said, a good week, and
Yeah, you just move up.
you move up.
Yeah, I think
Ultimate,
I'm taking I'm taking RV Magic. Like I if that's the same core of players that played the preseason cup, that's a good team. I mean, they might not be top of the table, but they're 1 point off. I mean, that's a really good team. They drew Holics in that
They've got
preseason cup final.
they've got good players, and I haven't seen them make any tickets of dropping people or picking people up really. So
Yeah, no, that's
yeah.
kind of a little core. I know they
yeah,
play like FMVP and a few different
yeah,
things.
they do.
But that's they've got a good core. Like at first their manager was like, oh, they want to play D1, and I was like, dude,
Yeah.
yeah, there's nothing we can do. Like I actually talked him into playing D2 and was like, listen, like the way that you guys handled that tournament, like I don't see a reason why you shouldn't promote after one season. Like just sell your guys on, hey, let's go win D2 and then we're a D1 East team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that I guess that's what I was gonna say. That they were one of those teams that said they were like a D1 only. But I mean, if the way that he was talking about it, I'd expect them to run away with D2 if you're that good.
Yes and no. I don't think there's any division that we have that you're gonna like run away with. I mean, it's not the old days where like you had a Holix or a Prolific that like had to go through or went through D2 and just like murdered everyone because they were a D1 team. I mean, yes, I think RV Magic will make it to D1. I think that them along with Fellas are probably like the two favorites. Um, Ultimate, like that's a group of D2 players. Like not to say that they don't have the talent necessarily, but
Well,
um
they I think their core is I can't think of their name, but the ones that got promoted last season, a lot of them came back down to D2.
who
It's in the it's it's one of the Manny's teams. I forgot his name. He went up last year, and then they became they became toxic goats.
oh,
I think,
okay. And
or
then this
it was
team
one,
took
and then a lot of those players like did I guess the manager.
it might be like a South American team or something. Um
Yeah, I can't remember their name now, but yeah, they won D2. Well, they didn't. Yeah, they won D2, and then the manager was like, "Oh, I'm retiring," and then I think he like found somebody to take the spot with him on it. But it's just, yeah, it's a lot of the guys that help promote that team. So I'd expect them to have a good team. Dang, I can't remember their name. But out of those teams that are out of like the top 8, do you guys foresee any of those teams potentially making a good run and making it into playoffs?
I would say maybe Collective. Like Collective's a team that has been D1 for a really long period of time. So if there was any team that I could see kind of making a run there is Collective. Azteca loves not doing stats, so
Oh yeah,
I mean that team could probably be up in like third or fourth right now if he had done stats all season. So who knows how many more times he'll forget to do stats and just open the door and let Collective right in there, basically for free. MTX, that was a D1 West team last season. They were not great.
yeah, they relegated last
TCR,
season from D1 East.
yeah, TCR,
They're West
uh,
team.
yeah, they didn't do much when they were in West, which kind of makes me hesitant to think that they're going to actually do a whole lot in East.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. This side seems a little bit more locked in. The one team I'm surprised by, and I have no clue who they are, is Workers Union. Like I don't know where they came from. I don't know any players on that team.
They were D3 last year. They're called African Dream. They also had a good run in D3.
They've got some good players.
Yeah.
Like
from what I've seen, they've got some.
They've got
it's a good core.
They got Seastole. They've got Marksman, Demaster. Like these are all guys that've been playing.
Yeah.
So Shadow Criminal. I think that's why they're so high. I mean, you got some. I mean, Seastole played on some pretty good teams. I'm pretty sure.
We got some of the cousins.
Yeah, some of the cousins are there.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah.
So I think they brought the magic.
They're playing terrorist ball.
Yeah. I think Azteca Esports might make a push and move up. They've got some decent players.
Well, they don't do stats.
Yeah, he's lost at least like 8-9 points this season on
not doing stats.
Yeah.
Which again is like 3 minutes of your time.
And it's literally the difference from with the points that they have. It's the difference from being in 8th spot to being in like 4th spot or 3 spot.
Yeah.
So
I think they're just shooting to make it into playoffs and then kick it up into gear from there, probably.
Yeah. The problem you have is that like imagine it goes the other way and he just keeps fucking up, not doing stats.
South. Yeah, or you have a bad night and you lose both games or something. Yeah,
you'll lose your entire team in a pretty quick instant when the manager's not doing stats, and that causes you to be struggling to make a playoff spot.
Well, that's what happened to Felfort.
They were never doing stats.
They never did stats.
Screw you, we're not going to show up anymore.
The crazy thing about that is that we even extended it by like 4 hours this season just because like we were, it's a new site and we're being nice and we wanted to give everyone time to reach out and stuff. Like if you can't do stats by like, I mean, that is literally giving you 22 hours from the point that you play the games.
It's just excuses, man. I've managed. It literally would take me 5 minutes after a game to just click and just submit. Like
if it takes you 5 minutes, bro.
Yeah,
if it takes you 5 minutes.
I know the other site might have been different, but I've managed with Hermione. It would literally take us 5-10 minutes to get everything done and just go to bed. I mean,
I think the other site was actually longer because you had to like select everyone's positions, had to do the formation,
the rosters and stuff,
had to do all that. All you're doing here is just like checking boxes that they started, got a goal, got an assist, got a clean sheet, man of the match, like. It literally is it's a basic spreadsheet, but
just do it after the game, bro. Like it's like your eyes shut completely as soon as you finish.
Bro, that's what I used to do. When I would manage, I'd do them in between. Like I would do game 1 in between because like you're spending 15 minutes in the lobby in between games
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah,
You know
do it
what
in
I
between
mean?
games. Yeah, exactly. I
Like
don't know,
the
man.
the excuse that when people say I was so busy I didn't even have time. Like, all right, dude. Like I'm like you're a clown.
Yeah, I've heard
Get
every
it. Get out of
excuse in the
my
book.
DMs, bro.
I will say the best one so far. Shout out to I forgot their names. It starts with the P about the Copa America game tomorrow. Saying we're going to the game, we gotta reschedule.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
All
Shit's
right,
awesome.
so
Have fun.
D2 West, 3 games left. Wait, 3 or 2? They should have 22 games, right? So 3 games left. White Oak clearly going to be number
Yeah,
one.
they're set.
They're not catching. Regen,
Uh,
they're probably set. Los Goonies looks like they're set. Deportivo Bellavani, again, a team that made so many changes. I'm surprised they're still in playoff spots, but good for them. It's just looks like from 6th down to 9th, you got potential of a lot of swapping around. Sad Boys making a push for playoffs after having a very slow start. Internacional holding that playoff spot by 2 goals. And then Tripods, 2 points. Barrios Unidos, 3 points from there. So it's going to be interesting last 3 games.
Yeah, I
Take it
mean
off.
you know, you got there's a the thing about it is White Oak, you know, they're the most consistent. I mean, like we played them in the Flash. They had a full 11. Like they're showing up with a full 11 every night, which it as sad as it
Mm,
is to say, like in D2 West, like that's probably going to make you a playoff team is if you're playing with 11 players every night.
Yeah. And I mean, TJV runs a good squad there. So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
wouldn't be surprised that he has those guys running like that.
Yeah, well,
But I
and
mean,
you know they're playing together. Like they're playing in flashes together. They're you know they're playing as a team. Like that's always going to help when you know you're playing in tournaments and stuff. I mean, you know that's what Detox complains about Viva all the time is that they don't play together at all.
yeah,
Like
it's weird. It's weird how it's ran over there. I mean,
they show up for
it's
eight.
none of my business, but you know, like you done too
It's
many BYOTs. They play like different leagues with like mixed teams from other D1 teams. I mean, I personally wouldn't do it, but you know, I'm just here
yeah,
to get
well,
clean
and
sheets.
that I mean that's the thing is that you know you kind of gotta you kind of gotta play it by ear. You know when you're when you're rolling like all right yeah cool you don't feel the need to necessarily play, but you know the problem with that is that you know there's a lot of teams that play ACL that are playing, you know, the flashes, if not like you know every day in between leagues, they're playing them on the weekends. They're playing at least like 1 or 2 extra tournaments a week, and I mean even some of those the big D1 East teams, like you know you'll see Holix players in flashes consistently. You'll see Fatal playing flashes consistently you know, in the average pros. I don't know about virtual talent. I haven't seen virtual talent a ton. I don't know if they just play other places and stuff in flashes, or if they're like in select 11s and shit mostly. But you know, I mean, that's the thing is that like a lot of those D1 East teams, like they're just fucking grinders, dude. They'll play the game nonstop.
yeah. So I'm looking. Looks like we've got 1 game played for ACL Cup, so that's good.
Yeah,
Nemesis Marlians.
there'll be
Nemesis
some. I mean, you know,
Nemesis up. Well, went through 3-2, and then there's a bunch of forfeits. So
yeah,
we'll
there'll
see.
be like I said,
I've seen a lot of
hopefully.
games getting made though. I see a lot of people asking for 5, and a lot of people communicating. So
Yeah, no, for sure. It's I mean, there's actually more than I was expecting to like rage like Detox was on Friday night and be like, you know, like punching a hole in the wall and
Oh,
stuff
I was
because
so
like
close.
because
I was so
no one
close.
showed up, no one bothered. Like I'm getting messages right now like we didn't sign up for ACL Cup. Like yeah, no fucking shit you didn't. You had to take your team out of ACL Cup because everyone was
Yeah,
automatically entered. Like thank you for confirming that you're an idiot and we don't really need you to manage here.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. We fucking posted like 17 messages on
There's no
every.
excuse. There's really
No.
no
Like,
excuses.
I don't
We've
even care if you
tagged
don't want to play it, but at
like
least
you
say
guys.
something.
We put out an announcement and then we tag manager chats. Like there's no excuse.
All right, so last division before we get off track, it's D3. One of, like we've been saying, is one of the best divisions we've had, just manager wise. At least they can read at the minimum.
Yeah, I mean, this
Um,
has been the best D3 we've had. You know,
and it's another, another close division. 10 points from 13 from playoff spot, and then you can see Trilogy FC, Punishers, Tribal, Black Label FC top four. They still 3 points apart. New Era, Andromeda. They were sitting at first for a good minute. Now they're starting to fall a little bit. Sambo Esports, Sin. What I don't know what they did the past week, but they're starting to turn it around. I believe they were like 12th, 13th last week.
that's another manager that's used the hell out of premium.
And that's smart. Sometimes you just got
Yeah.
people. Sometimes you just gotta get rid of people.
Well, and find something that works ultimately. You know what I mean? Like, if it's not working, like I wish I had premium back in the day, bro. Like I would have cut so many people from our old team, like, and I would have been bringing new people in on a regular basis, but like we were, handcuffed by like you get one transfer window.
Yeah.
Like I had a core, but like I'm like I would the people that weren't the core, forget it, man. It's like I would have had turnover like that until something hit too. It's just like I remember signing people and like them coming in and playing first game after transfer window and just being absolute ass and being like, get the fuck off my team, dude. Like I just wasted a fucking roster spot on you for the next half of the season and like you're not gonna play.
Yeah. And I think it's been beneficial for some teams that want to do that, and
I
also
think
for
it
players,
I think
especially like
it
a lot of players
definitely.
just want to leave so much. Like
Well,
I
yeah,
remember,
it was really put in for the players. I mean, yes, the managers take advantage of it and everything, um, but like we put it in so that, like I said earlier, like the managers can't lock players. Like the players are able to leave at their free will. It kind of becomes more of a players league, and like yes, like managers are able to take advantage of it too by having 50 or 60 removals and ads over the course of the season. I think the where it really benefits the teams is your D2 and D3. Like D1, you don't see a whole lot of turnover. Like yes, there's an oddball here, an oddball there, but it really helps the D2 and D3 managers because that's where you get the turnover. Like you get if you have a good player in D2 or D3, they're getting poached somewhere to either a higher team on the table in that division, or they're getting recruited to D1 to go try to help a struggling D1 team. And it's just it's if you're a lower division team, like you're getting picked apart. So it definitely helps those managers to be able to kind of um you know bring players in and release them at their will.
yeah. All right, so now that's basically it. D3. I'm trying to get some streams, but I can't seem to find any for those games, so we can watch. Maybe see if we can watch a couple.
I think somebody posted in the team streams. I saw some people posting.
Let's see.
Or I guess just one.
Hey, one's better than none.
I would say Azteca versus
Where
Exile,
is
maybe.
team streams?
Although we don't want to watch Exile's stream because he
That
does
pro.
he does pro cam from center back. It's the worst fucking view to watch ever. Um,
So we got looks like Nemesis beat out Marlins 3-2.
That's
That's
a
a good game.
competitive D1 versus D2 game though. Like that's what I love. I used to love about ACL Cup
He
is
put
like
3-2, but I think it should be 4-2 because they won 2-1, 2-1. So it should be
Maybe
4-2.
okay.
But
But
yeah,
it's always
a
it's always the
competitive.
surprise. Like you'll see some of these upsets. Like I wish we had more participation because
The
you
upsets
know,
are great.
yeah.
You guys. Syndicate's playing. Looks like Barrios playing Alpha, but I can't find a stream.
Yeah, so
Just
I mean, I
That's the
have it
problem.
post up, but
just ask for it. Hold on.
I'll put it in there. See.
yeah, just tag the whole thing. Just let me get some streams. If you want to be famous,
Send it. Because I don't know who.
There's no way Aztec is calling a forfeit right now in
no
Cup.
shot, no shot.
They have 5 Apex on A3, but how you can call forfeit and then tell me to watch your stream? What is that? Oh, they're sending. Hold on.
Illuminate.
Nah, dude, that guy
Illuminate
drives me crazy though, low key. Like that Azteca manager, bro. Like he gets under my skin.
Cheeky _ vision is Illuminate. And they're gonna play Guatalindos.
Hold on.
Why does it say Azteca versus Azteca?
Because they're weird. They probably fucked up something. All right, let me get the multi-stream up. 3P.
Yeah, throw Illuminate up there.
Hold on. 3PEXZ. What is it? Cheeky?
Cheeky _ vision.
All right. All right, here we go. Let me move this to my other screen, and I'm gonna share.
So here's the thing: is West is really loose with extra time. Like you'll see teams not asking for forfeits, not complaining at like 10, 12, 15 after. Like East, like they get impatient after like 6 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
Well, now we're getting a bunch of people tagging me. Big game Benny.
How long before we get forfeit? 10-minute mark. It's 10 minutes, right?
Yeah. I just hate when they ask for forfeits when they're literally communicating. Like, just play it. You guys are talking already. What are you gonna do? Go to bed? I might. Never mind.
Like literally, you're already lobbied up. Like
just play. All right.
Yeah, just run it.
We got 4.
There you go.
That's better than.
like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Who's Shenzhen play?
Shinjin's got a D1 West team. I'm not 100% sure who.
Lumina's playing Guatalindo, which is what?
A D2
D2.
West team.
Yeah. And then Azteca
Oh shit, my game's not available.
Esports is playing a D1 West team, so that'll be D2 East versus D1 West.
That's the one I kind of
Is
want to
Cash
see
not in
because
the-
like
I don't see
Nah,
Cash posting.
he's there. It's just TJ, which is his co.
I was trying to see if he was in this thing, but he's not.
Yeah.
And the Azteca's really crying about it.
No, Cash doesn't have premium. I guess.
Oh, he said he was gonna fucking buy it.
Just play it out. They're calling for forfeits. Let him know, Fred.
It's because it's a D2 versus D1 team. He's trying to get.
They want to catch. They want to catch that.
Yeah, they don't realize Exile is trash.
All right, is 5 enough? I think that's enough.
Oh yeah, 5. I don't know.
Somebody put $10,000 ACL Cup. Sounds about right.
Hey, that's the way to give viewers right there.
All right.
I'll drop a quick 35K ACL tourney. Get a bunch of viewers.
Holic forfeit win. Illuminate forfeit win. So I can take them off.
Oh,
I
forfeit
think
one. Oh, that sucks.
I think Famous is getting a forfeit moon too.
Well, it's nice to see Holix playing it out.
Every time I refresh, I gotta watch commercials. All right. I'm just gonna leave these 4 up.
Yeah, Azteca really loaded to not play. I'm tight.
He's not gonna play it.
I don't know. I mean, he like Famous told him if you want the forfeit, take our game because it's a forfeit, and let us play Exile.
Bro, just play it.
Yo, that might actually be a sneaky good game.
What?
Illuminate and Famous are about to play a friendly because they both got forfeited on.
Yeah, it'd probably be a good game.
Even though it doesn't mean shit, like that could be a good
Still would be
game
a
for
good
sure.
game. Some bragging rights.
Right.
Well, but I hope Aztecas doesn't get beat next round because that would be a shame to get a forfeit and lose.
I think they're gonna play. It's just like he's just I don't know, dude. That guy's
Yeah, he's just
like
salty about it.
yeah.
All right.
I'll just play it, man.
Well, like I said, he knows he's up against the D1 team, and he doesn't realize that like they
It's
should
funnier if
be.
they beat him.
Like I beat Cash when I was a D2 team, bro. Like it's not really a big deal. You know what I mean? Actually, I ran Cash as a D2 team. It was like 7-1 the aggregate between the 2 games.
All
It
right.
was like our
Well,
first season of ACL too.
while we watch these games, I'm gonna go sell a game with Wet real quick.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
no
well, you
problem.
guys.
So
I didn't think
he's
I was
here
gonna be able to
chilling.
play that. If he needs me, I'll come through. I
Nah,
completely
he's got a
forgot
full
about
team.
that.
You don't gotta come.
All right.
I'm just here
Nice.
because I felt bad. He called me.
Oh my god.
Well, I think I went off to join Untouchable for the EA Late Hours League.
I don't know what the hell they're going on. Shaku is having issues. Oh, they're end up just gonna play it. Why does he have Exile loaded but hasn't sent yet?
Probably waiting for him to say send.
This is literally what they're waiting for. I mean, like I said, the problem is that like in East, these guys are all calling forfeits at like 6 minutes after the time's supposed to start. Like they're
Yeah.
not giving another minute. In West, like I said, it's super relaxed. Like people just don't call as many forfeits in West. Like it just doesn't happen. Like you don't get the claims. Like people just want to play. They're not tripping on, I mean, I guess maybe some teams, but that's the one, disadvantage, I guess, of having a division where like we don't relegate people.
Famous just went up, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough goal. And top right is up by 2 already.
Yeah, I think that's Syndicate and Shinju.
Shinjin.
Oh,
Shinju.
yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. That's a top,
Yeah, it's a
D1 West
top
team
D1
versus
team. Yeah.
like mid-table D2 West team. So
Lower left,
Bottom.
we just got a goal. Yeah.
Who's that?
I have no idea.
Who's bottom left?
Apex, Big Benny, Krillin, Chamuco.
Krillin. Let's see. I saw him posting.
Oh my god. What a goal they just let in. I'm guessing Exile is just not going to play.
Yeah, I don't know. They're saying they sent, but I don't see that screen has changed at all.
No. What happened apparently is someone else sent to Exile and they accepted it.
Classic Cash.
Oh, and Illuminate brought it back. It's 1-1
There you go.
when I wasn't looking.
Yo, that I'm telling you that even though that's not even a real game,
That's
bro,
probably the best game right now.
that might be the game. Yeah, that might be the game of the night. Like I said, I only
What,
really want to
PK?
watch this Exile versus Azteca just because.
Yeah, because they're gonna go back and forth after the game.
Yeah, that's gonna be like we might have to time out Cash tonight. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, Illuminate's got
What else
a
is new?
PK, so we'll see.
What
Yeah,
else
there
is
it
new
is.
with Cash?
2-1.
2-1.
I like that.
This is not going to be great for Famous. They're going to get trolled pretty hard.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Did they leave? Did
Why?
Famous leave?
I think Famous left.
Oh no, they're getting called out in Discord then. There's no way. There's no shot you just backed out of that.
No chance, bro.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna look real bad if you just backed out of that.
Did they get a red at least?
I don't know if it was a red. I didn't see if they got carded, but
Exile starting at least.
Yeah.
Bottom. Who's Chamuco's team?
I'm getting insider information that they backed out for no reason. That's crazy. Y'all looking bad right now if that's really what happened.
Damn. Well, that's
Damn.
unfortunate. That's the kind of stuff you want to see.
Well, don't ask me to go there no more because I can't be a part of that nonsense.
You got bullied. Big Benny, you're gonna make me watch an minute and 30?
After they scored, their players left insider information. That's crazy.
Well, that's unfortunate. So that Azteca game is gonna end two ways. They're gonna either win, and we're gonna have to time out Cash.
I think we're timing out Cash. I think they were timing out Cash either way.
No, I think Azteca's gonna lose and then get mad that they got the extra time.
Oh yeah, no, that'll happen for sure.
It's a lose-lose.
So you got Syndicate 2-0 at half.
Trying to figure out who this bottom left is.
Yeah, dude's name's Krillin. I was trying to search for his name, but
no, Krillin is on the top right.
Oh, Big Benny, Alpha 11.
Benny's in the middle. Big Benny's in the middle.
Big Game Benny, Alpha 11 D2.
So it's Chamuco. It's a punchless. I don't know who they're playing though. I mean, jeez, Louise.
Shinjin got one back.
Oh,
it's 2-1.
All right, well, we can close out of that Illuminate stream. Famous is.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can close it out and That way you get 4 games up.
Yeah, famous. All Famous's players are revolting against Bala for backing out, and secondly, not telling them that it was a friendly and not the real cup games.
Oh, tied game at the bottom right. Syndicate up 3 now, 3-1. Alpha, I'm not sure what the score is because he won't get away from the. It's Alpha 0 for sure. Damn, I'm getting cooked in this fucking game right now.
No, you're playing on Aztecs, so. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Aztec or Exile up here is defending for their fucking lives right now.
Well, technically, here's the thing. Exile could have just gave him the forfeit for the first game, lose 1-0. They still have to play the second game.
Yeah.
Right? So at the end of the game, what does it matter if you like the time on it? Like if they're there, just play.
Punchless and Zero Technica is bottom right. They're 1-1.
Oh, that's sad because that's two D2 teams, D2 West teams playing each other.
And I think if any of these lower teams don't get completely blown out, it's a win for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to do it as fair as possible. Like most of the D1 teams are playing D2 teams. Very few D1 versus D3 matchups. So at least the D3 kids didn't get absolutely blown out of the water facing a Holix or one of the top D1 teams. We tried to kind of make it a little bit as sort of balanced as possible. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it didn't really fucking matter because nobody showed up. So.
See, bottom left is changing tactics.
Yep. They're putting in that foot tactics. We'll see how much help that does. And if so, we got to take a picture of it and
use it.
Yep.
Aztec is up by 1.
There we go. So basically what the forfeit score would have been.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I would not be surprised at all for Azteca to win. Exile,
players.
Yeah, they got some good players, and Exile is always one of those teams that
it's unfortunate though that a lot of those D1 East teams didn't want to play, got scared of little D2 competition.
Shaking in our boots, man.
They're too cool, you know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to play. I like playing these ACL Cups, but
people used to play it like we used to have 90% of the league play them because was that a pen? Oh,
yeah, that
pen,
was a big save
Exile.
Pen.
Don't choke right now. Don't choke.
Oh yeah, I mean,
right down the middle.
They were fun to play because I remember when I first started, we were playing in it, and it was like you had to play against like revolts.
I think
if you remember them, they used to fucking send from Brazil.
Oh,
Shenzhen 2-3.
Yeah, it's a nice goal. They come back. Look at
that. Was that just a
I think the
by the goalkeeper? Yeah.
Hey man, they go in.
Hey, all these games are a goal away.
For sure.
Like if this holds, it can be anybody's game on host difference.
Oh,
this
Alpha
is what I love
Royal
about.
X is on the top right.
Okay, that's Royal X versus Alpha.
Yeah.
Okay.
1-0.
Yeah, and I mean this is why I thought we would get more participation in ACL Cup because like it's a cool competition. You know what I mean? Like you don't get the chance to play 90% of these teams in your regular seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an opportunity to play the entire league. Like East can play West, D1 can play D2, so on and so forth. And it's just like, I don't know, man. It's the landscape of the league and the community has changed since, I started back in like FIFA 17, FIFA 18, and it's you don't have the teams that like want to take part in some of the things. Like
It's the introduction of money.
yeah, for sure.
Call it what
That's
you want, but when we didn't play for money, we did like region tournaments where you played in like your state, like anybody from
yeah.
a state. We did like drafts, we did AVLs, we did them all, and no one ever complained. I think once the
No, for
money was
sure.
involved, nobody wants to play unless there's a cash prize, and it's I don't know. We used to play it. It doesn't matter what it was. Everybody would get on and play before.
Yeah, absolutely. I've played full leagues before that were free leagues. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah,
it, it was just like you just played to play. Now it's definitely the money. Like it's
yeah,
everybody. And the funny thing about that is like 99% of the teams will never win a fucking dollar. So
yeah. That's the thing. I think some of these teams need to humble themselves because if
hmm
you really think about it, maybe there's 5 teams that'll be in money winnings
right.
in
Well,
their
and
career.
and like that's the thing about like even like I got asked like by some D2 East teams like, oh, is it for money? Like maybe, but like you're not gonna win. Why are you asking me that
Yeah,
question?
it's a sad reality. Unfortunately, it'd have to be a really big mix-up and crazy defense to beat like a Holix or something when you're in D2, D3.
Right. Yeah, you just don't have the player caliber
Yeah,
yet. You
or
know what I
lag
mean? And
outs where like 2 guys
yeah.
lag out. I don't know. It had to be.
Alpha.
Unfortunately, it had to be. Yeah, they're 1-1 now.
Yeah, Alpha tied it up.
Unfortunately, it have to be some type of mess up for no hate towards the lower teams, but Hollick's
My
been doing it. Viva's been doing it. Like.
You know what we're gonna have to look for, Henry, is the forfeit versus forfeit. Like I'm sure there's at least one of them out there where both teams didn't show up. Like
um,
we're gonna have to find it. Like we'll go through and enter all the scores and everything like tonight or tomorrow morning. I mean that's the nice thing about this being, a once a week type thing where um we don't have to fucking go through and like do it all right this second because the next round's like Wednesday or something. Like we got a whole week to like sort through it, but
Exile
it's
scored.
oh shit. Is it
Alpha's looks like Alpha might end 1-1. Oh no, Azteca scored.
Azteca scored two, right? Isn't
Yeah, they
that
scored
3-1?
2. Never mind, it's 3-1 now.
Yeah, they got upset after they gave up that penalty. I'll bet you the Azteca manager's sitting there laughing like we thought we were worried about this team.
Yeah.
Like
1-1
we tried to
Alpha
tried to get a
Syndicate.
forfeit.
we should let them play the whole game and then call it a forfeit.
Hey, shout out to
I
the
mean,
Alpha 11 tying up Royal.
Royal, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Or is it Royal X? Yeah.
And then bottom right is tied up 2-2.
Shout out Royal X for at least showing up in a
Yeah.
D1.
Yeah, I was a little surprised because that's kind
They
of
could
one of
have.
those like two cool D1
Yeah.
teams that I was I knew Famous would play. I figured Syndicate would play because that's Pete's team. Um, but yeah, I was a little surprised that I mean I made Holix play, so they didn't really have a fucking option. But yeah, Royal was a little surprising. There's a few good D1 West teams that are in there. D1 East, whatever. I mean, we have some mid-table teams, so that's cool. It'll give some teams the chances to advance and make a name for themselves. I mean, I'm looking at Gifted. Like that's a team that's been surprising me this entire season.
Yeah.
Like they bought, or took over a D1 East team and uh, you know, I had no clue who they are.
There's some
Apparently
good
they're
players on the
yeah,
team.
apparently they're a group of guys that like play Call of Duty together. Like they're like gaming group, not necessarily like a FIFA only group.
Those are the best
Um
teams.
Right. So I was like, all right, well, hey, listen, I'll give you guys a chance, as long as you can do everything you need to do and put a roster together and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, the fact that they're even in the playoff fight, like I could have sworn that team would relegate at the beginning of the season.
There's a special chemistry with people that can play multiple games together.
Yeah, for sure. When you get off of FIFA and you immediately go play a
Yeah, with
Call
the
of
same
Duty,
people.
the same people, you're building chemistry
Yeah, you
nonstop,
guys
and
are.
it's like
Yeah.
you're not gonna fight about what happened in FIFA because who cares? You know what I mean?
All right, so we got Royal Alpha 1-1, and then Shenzhen ended up 3-2. Shenzhen losing, and then it's 2-2 bottom right. So I mean, these games can go either way right now. Like I think Azteca is probably the chances of XL scoring 3 and them not scoring at all is probably slim to none.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that one might be set, but
Did anyone call a
oh,
forfeit against Toxic Goats? Weren't they in the tournament?
Punchless scored last minute 3-2. That's shout out
Yeah,
to Punchless.
Toxic Goats was supposed to play.
Uh,
Wow. Pete said Shakhtar just won first game against Cracks 2-0.
Yeah, I was about to say Olympic beat Lethal.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
that's the prize.
this is the part of ACL Cup I
Or it
love.
gets
It's just
good.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Like, and this is we're early. Like, this is first round too. Like, once we can get through the the maybe the first 2 rounds, because like I said, I feel like we're gonna have some forfeits. Like, I didn't see anybody call forfeit
And
against.
well, I think this Azteca game is. Should we pull up Olympic Lethal
Yeah, I think we should
What's their
either that or
stream?
the Cracks.
or Shakhtar and Crack? Yeah.
You got the stream name?
Oh, Olympic beat Lethal already. That's over.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
it's
over.
over.
Okay.
Yeah, 3-0.
And what's Shakhtar then? Shakhtar. I feel like
Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. So they
See,
Olympic won that 4-0 total.
yeah. Let's see if we can get Shakhtar to. They asked if there's extra time. There's no extra time, right?
No.
No.
No, it's game 3.
Yeah, it's
Game
game
3 if
3.
needed.
Yeah.
Brotherhood and
Let's see.
Shakutai. That's interesting. Lethal forfeited the second game.
Wow.
Come on, bro. Just play it.
This is where if I'm managing a D1 team and you get put in a cup with everybody in the league, you better show up and show out why you're in D1. That's just
Right.
my opinion. I don't care if it's free. I don't care if you're winning $1 million, but I mean, where's the when do people stop playing for the
You
the
just to
logo?
play. I mean, like, and it's, yeah, like you said, it's in the old days. Like, bro, any competition that was
We never
held that
back
you had
down.
a no
Never.
that you had a chance to win a trophy in, like, it was like, hell yeah, let's play that shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It don't matter. You can call me out on a friendly. We're playing best of 3. Like, with competition was so intense before. Like, it didn't matter.
For real though, like I remember preseason, like it used to have the top teams running friendlies like a week before ACL would
Yeah.
start, and like that's how I tested our team. Was like,
Constant friendlies.
I want to play the best team that we can play. Like, I remember playing Tiago in infamous ones like right after we got promoted to D1, like our first season in D1, and like we held our own against them, and I was like, all right, well, we're not going to be trash, I'll tell you that. Like,
I got
Is Exile gonna get one back?
I got the
Or
stream
is that the same
for
Aztec?
it's text reflex for Shakhtar.
All right. I need you to spell that
No,
for
it's
me.
6-1, bro.
6-1
That's
All right.
Exile.
that's
Yeah,
Yeah, let
why.
me just take that one off.
there's no
Yeah.
chance Exile
It's
plays
Okay.
game 2.
like text TEX and then reflex.
TEX reflex.
Reflex. Yeah.
Let's hope it works.
There it is. Reflex. You forgot the F.
How do you spell it again? No, I got it. My bad, guys. Sorry.
Dang, man.
Past my bedtime.
Crazy.
I should be asleep right now, recuperating.
Right, so we got the 1-1 aggregate.
All right, we gotta watch out for Cash right now.
Why is he gonna
1-1
go off?
aggregate with
I don't
Royals.
know. They just typed in their score.
Then 3-2. Shenzhen was down by 1 aggregate. Then Shakhtar's up 2-0. And Zero
Is Andy
Technica
mandatory?
lost 3-2.
I mean, it's ACL
Man,
rules.
rules don't change, man.
I feel like they're gonna call forfeit on somebody for no
You guys
ending.
should know this stuff, man.
6-1. Jeez.
Yeah, but like we were saying, we friendlies. It didn't matter if you thought you were better than us. We were gonna battle it out for a good hour. But now, if money's not involved, nobody wants to play.
That's it. Like, if nobody, you know,
If you don't gain
if,
anything out of it besides rep, like bragging rights or something like that, people don't want to play anymore.
which is crazy because like ultimately at the end of the day, like, isn't it all for rep anyways? Like, isn't that why everyone's playing ACL especially? Like, it's the most competitive league. Like,
We played for bragging rights. That's why when people bring up those top 5 lists from when we would play, cause like when we used to play, we still talk about them because that's what we played for. We didn't play for money. We played for user bars and stuff. So any chance that we had to win a user bar or a trophy, we were playing. Didn't matter.
yeah, for sure. It was for the it was for the trophies and the fucking glory of it. You know what I mean?
And if you had someone on your team that was good at Photoshop, they'd make a team picture with your real faces on it, and people were excited about those.
So I don't think No Name or Lost Goonies showed up. I don't think Real Deluxe or Regan showed up.
Real Deluxe is on the verge of folding.
I think they had a fallout, and there's the verge of calling
Apparently,
it
the
quits.
the manager, is having some
So
personal issues.
Toxic Goats and Legends. I don't think either of those showed up. That
Legends is gonna be the
played.
guy that's fucking gonna
That
say
plays.
something that he forgot.
I mean, if he forgot, I mean,
Oh, he didn't know.
Toxic didn't show up, so shit, put him through the next round because otherwise we're forfeiting through to to the third round ultimately.
Screw it.
Illuminate showed up.
All
Untouchable
right, so
showed up.
Alpha.
They showed up. What about Black Label versus Los Chamos? Did anyone see that?
I think Black Label was trying to find Los Chamos. I don't know if
Okay.
Los Chamos showed up. It might be a
That one
Black Label one.
played
That one.
Yoga Bonito and Chronic Crew. I think Chronic Crew called the forfeit on that.
Yeah, Jogo Bonito said something about he won't be back till the 25th, and I was like, 25th of what?
My God.
So they might just be gone, which is fine. Do 3.
Shenzhen just tied up an aggregate.
I don't think
Oh
Legacy.
snap! No, is that Shenzhen? Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
on the bottom left, they were
We
down 3-2.
legitimately might need to go through this and see if we can like recalibrate and just get like down to 16 matchups, like 32 teams total. And just kind of like rework the matchups because there's too many teams that didn't show up tonight, like where it's like double forfeits, you know what I mean?
That's fine. Let's just do whatever.
Versus having to give teams like double buys for next round.
Yeah, that's annoying. You know what's sad is some people use an excuse about another league coming, and that league's not even starting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I'll be back in a second. I'll give my daughter something.
It's hard to really focus on how
Aztec
teams.
said you need God to get through. Oh, syndicate. Good save. Lumberjack. Is that Lumberjack Tim at goalkeeper? Is he the select 11 guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen him around. He's a pretty good keeper.
Who's he playing keeper for?
Shinjin, I believe.
Oh, okay.
He's already saved 2, so.
Yeah, they're tied up right now, so.
And then are all 3 games tied up? Is Shakhtar not playing?
Shakhtar's not in yet. Top right is Royal. They're still 1-1. Bottom left tied now, and bottom right still goalless. They should be tied, right? No. Who's bottom right again? Sierra Technica, right?
Yeah.
3-2. They got a last minute goal. Somebody on that game did. I forgot which one it was. Let me see if they posted the scores. I don't think they posted scores yet. No, they didn't. I was like, people waiting for both games to finish to post scores.
That's fine. It's better than that than
Yeah.
they get lost.
But I know it's somebody's up by 1 in the bottom right. I forgot who it was.
We'll find out soon. Syndicate's giving Syndicate a battle, which I'm
They are.
enjoying.
Which is nice. It's, you know,
And then
they're
Alpha and Royal
they're like
are
mid
having a
table,
good game.
and Syndicate is a higher up table in D1.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing that they're playing with like backups. They've got their top players in there. Alpha and Royal still tied up.
0-0. She's just playing good defense.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have to. And just hit them in the counter. I mean, honestly, they're playing a good game, even passing wise. Like, they're passing it around really well. Royal X is missing one, it looks like. They told him to shut the fuck up. Oh, this is fun. Los Chamos had time to fucking make roster moves, but not show up for a tournament. All right, still. Ooh, good header. What was the score of the Shakhtar game? I gotta look it up. Oh, 2-0.
What did that Royal Alpha game end up at?
I think it's 1-1.
Which one?
Royals.
Yeah, it's 1-1.
Alpha.
Everything's tied right now besides Shakhtar and bottom right, which is ACL Technica, and Crack scored.
Crack scored?
Yeah.
They're still down. They're still down 2. I mean 1.
1, yeah. I think if they played competitive, we should just move them through to the second round. Because, like, Jesus Christ, bro, forget like moving a forfeited team through.
Yeah. Well, Chamos was typing in the thing, so maybe they just didn't forfeit. Oh well, looks like Black Label forfeited.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, I mean, as long as they claim it, I'll put another note in there after we're done.
Yeah. Half of these people. I think I started removing tags.
Yeah, that's fine. If they didn't show up, start removing them.
Yeah. I forgot what Pete said he wanted to try to do next time. Cash said he got 17 tackles in that game.
Where?
Cash is a legitimate clown, bro.
He is.
6'1", but he got 17 tackles, guys.
broke the all-time tackle record in a 6-1 loss.
That's funny. Like, dude, come on. Oh, Alpha's up 1 on Royal X.
I wonder who Royal has playing in this because
They
like
they have some fucking heaters. They should not be losing.
that's crazy. Because after they
I'm
lost
gonna wait until the
to
game's over before I make my comment. But they have some
after
people on there. They're down 1
after
though,
they
but they have
lost
some good people.
after they lost to Syndicate, I know they
Ooh, what a goal!
that's unlucky.
That's
Here
2,
comes a
2,
penalty.
That was 2-2
2-2.
for cracks.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Oh, and Alpha's now what, up 2?
the
Alpha's up 2.
this might be the game that blows up Royal. I'm not gonna lie. Like if Royal X
I think
loses this,
so.
like they already had a number of players like threatening to leave after they lost to Syndicate 1-0.
Well, someone was standing still just now, so
Yeah, I just like that's a team of people that don't have a lot of intestinal
Patience.
fortitude. As
Well,
soon
there's
as
somebody
they
on there that has a history of losing in the first round.
Well, yeah, and there's multiple people on that team that have bounced from D1 team to D1 team to D1 team to D1 team. So this will be interesting because
Shinjin again tying it up.
Yep.
Yo, Shinjin is giving Syndicate a run for their money.
And Punchless is winning 3-2 against Zero Technica.
okay,
So that's what
that
this was.
Syndicate
yeah,
and Royal X having trouble in the ACL Cup is interesting.
it's
Now,
very interesting,
what
but
does
they're
this say about
playing
the West Side teams right now?
at the same time. Shenzhen's a D2 West team, so like I don't even know that I can make that excuse for Syndicate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I
you're
think this is the
losing,
fall. It's 3-0 now, Royals.
Ooh.
they're giving up. They literally
I
gave
think
up.
so.
Yeah. Yeah, they still got people in.
They got people in, but they're not. I
They're not
mean, what
trying.
is that? What is that? 81st minute?
Yeah, it's over.
It's over for sure.
So what
Yeah,
would you be
this
telling your
will
guys right
this.
now?
Let's get back to it tomorrow night, and we played like crap.
Well, you just said
I
they were having a
mean,
bad time, so we might see some movement.
I from that team, I wouldn't be surprised at all. That's gonna take a miracle for them to keep
Somebody
that
just got
team
a red
together.
for. Is that Alpha? Oh, no, not Alpha. At the bottom here. Cero
Zero Technica,
Technica.
I think. Yep.
Yeah, they just got a red. Now they got to make adjustments. I was kind of hoping for the Azteca Esports versus Azteca Esports matchup in ACL Cup.
Doesn't Aztecs play like some farmers league right now?
Ecuador League, yep. And we're getting
Ecuador.
smacked because I'm just here holding L1.
Yeah, that sounds about right for wet
I
OG.
mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I think you can close out of that royalty or the royal game top right.
It's a shame.
That thing's over.
All right, hold on, give me a minute. So that's the first upset of the tournament, without counting forfeits.
Love to see it.
Love to see it. That's what makes ACL Cup great. Oh. So is Shenzhen Syndicates that's tied on aggregate right now, or is Shenzhen
Yeah.
up one? It's tied on aggregate right
aggregate. Yeah, 4-4.
now.
They
Okay.
finished the first game 3-2.
The bottom is Punches up by 1.
Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting one right there because Punchless is a D1 West team and Cero's a non-playoff D2 West team. That should not be as close as it is, honestly. The only difference is the Cero manager's been around forever, and
Shakhtar. Oh.
That's unlucky.
These cups, I like to run them because
Oh,
it humbles teams.
Yeah, for sure.
You get humbled. If you have an ego, you're probably gonna lose it playing a cup tournament.
Yeah, absolutely.
Syndicate
And
is trying to get that goal back.
especially when there's not the excuse of like this wasn't our roster. Like, no, these
Mhm.
are all ACL rosters. Like, you
Yeah,
don't have an excuse. You know what I mean?
you're playing who you have officially for ACL.
Right. Like this is who it is. Like this is who you have on your team. Like, oh, you're dominating D1 West if you're a Royal and you just lost to Alpha, who's a D2 East team. Like, what's that say about D1 West? You know what I mean?
I think it says what we've been saying, that D1 West is just D2 East.
Yeah.
With a
Yeah. I mean,
famous in it.
Possibly.
yeah, I mean the only D1 West teams that advanced, I think, were forfeits. Well, we'll see what happens with the Syndicate game here and cracks, but um, yeah, I mean
I
that's
mean,
two
Syndicate
different.
is piling on Shingen, but they just can't get through.
Yeah, they haven't finished anything. They've had a good attack going, but yeah, they haven't. Literally have no finishing going right now.
1, 2. God, are we really listening to 7 people?
Wet OG baby, wet OG. Good thing you don't have him on mic, Henry. At least you don't have to hear him like spit 73 times during the game.
Tui. Yeah. Nah, Wet's funny. I like having him
No,
on comms.
what's my homie? I've played with him I played with him since back in when I started playing FIFA. Like he's one of the homies from back in the day. It's just he's funny.
Yeah. I mean, I respect that he tries to win with his people, but some of these people are just not.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the fact that he keeps that core of people together, like they're not playing to win, honestly. Like they're just playing to hang out with the homies. You know what I mean?
What happened top right? Who was that?
Shingen.
Shunjin and Syndicate. So they go to extra game. Syndicate sends, I guess.
Believe so.
Yeah.
Right. Pretty sure they're tied.
I didn't see if they got a goal in or not. Top performers.
Cracks just
Crack
pulled ahead.
Nation. Yeah. Cinderella Dream for Shakhtar.
Damn. See if they can get one back now.
Yeah, they got time. Cerro Technica, I think he's just getting reds.
Yeah, I think it's done for them.
The suspense is killing me.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're only down by 1. They could have definitely brought it back. I don't know why teams do that.
Frustration, I guess. But Syndicate, Shingen going into a third game. Shingen trying to make the second biggest upset.
You know, it just makes me think that sometimes the bigger teams try to opt out so shit like this doesn't happen.
Yeah,
It's like a hard pill to
I think it
swallow
does.
when you're a top team and you get beat by a team where you shouldn't even be in the same category as you.
Especially like a D1 team that's struggling right now. That could be the thing that pushes you to the
Yeah, it
edge.
pushes you over.
And then teams start revolting against each other. And then
You know,
D2, you get that momentum. You know, you could be like a mid-table team and you just beat a D1 team and you're like, oh
and
shit.
everyone's
Yeah, now
riding
we
the
can.
hype train and shit. Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword.
I'm trying to find out if I'm making my debut with Untouchable.
Oh, you're playing for Untouchable?
Yeah, late night.
Oh, late night, yeah.
Joker went over there and he's like, hey, if you come over here, we could probably clean up the defense, but I don't know if I'm playing. I guess he was like Facebook Messenger or some shit. I have no clue.
Yeah, Cristiano uses that, yeah. Untouchables, they made it all the way to an ACL West final one time.
I
They
don't know
can
if
make
it's
a run.
official yet, but I think Joker is going over to Untouchable, who's been playing out of his mind lately.
Who's he currently on?
He's with Class X, but I guess his deal was he just play when he could, so he's not really starting. But
These dudes just missed a complete sitter.
which ones?
The Aztec dudes that I'm playing with.
Yeah, man, Joker's a beast. Like Joker's almost single-handedly carried us to
Yeah.
that
He
win
made a
on Friday
bunch of
night. Like,
huge saves in that final game by Joker.
Joker. I
Yeah.
haven't
he
heard
was
his yet.
carrying for sure.
So we got Crack Nation avoiding
Losing,
an upset 3-2 potentially. Don't want to speak too soon.
Yeah, there's still time.
Syndicate
So the
still has to play a third game.
so the Shenzhen versus Syndicate. That's going game 3. Do we have any other game 3s anywhere? I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen anything. I haven't looked, to be honest. I'm trying not to sell.
Yeah, Alpha 142.
Alpha 1-4. Was it 4-2?
Mhm.
Or
Like aggregate.
Okay. Like there's like respect to Trilogy, man. They played it out. They lost first game
Yeah,
5-0, played the second game, and like respect to you. Like
they took
that's
it on a chin. It seems that Lethal forfeited the first game because they lost, or the second game because they lost the first
same
one.
thing. Same thing. I think with Exile. I don't know if Exile's playing or not.
I think they were.
I never saw anyone say send there, so
This guy's gonna tell me
but
something
maybe
I
they
don't
are.
care about.
London Cowboys won 8-0
Yeah.
aggregate.
Who did they play? Trilogy?
Yeah, Trilogy.
That's the thing. Like Trilogy's it's in first place in D3.
Really?
Punches
Yeah.
went through. They beat
I feel like there's gonna be a
Technica.
forfeit. I feel like there's a forfeit incoming. This guy, their manager, Cero Technica manager, just tell me to PM him if somebody wants to PM him for me.
Shaku 11 won 3-1. I don't know who they played. They didn't put the name.
I don't know. They were complaining about something, and I forgot. I forgot the team name.
Well, you can remove the text reflex kid
Oh yeah.
since the nations moved on, and then you've got the 2 third games, I think.
Yeah, I
No,
think
I
so.
think
Or
Chamuco's
no.
done.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Cero Technica's done.
you got Shenzhen's third game.
So we just gotta watch
Yeah,
one
so
game
we'll
now.
go. Yeah, we'll go full screen on
We'll
that one then.
put them on the spotlight.
There we go. Let me take chat off.
Yeah, I mean this would probably be one of the bigger upsets. Like I said, I was expecting Azteca to beat
Exile.
Exile. The Royal one that was a little surprising, honestly, but at the same time, yeah, it's not. Like I said, that team, that's one of those teams where you can get as many top players as you want. If you don't have a core, there's nobody holding the team together.
Yeah.
Like you got to have a core to humble everybody and bring them back down to earth. Like especially, I mean, the second they lost to Syndicate on Thursday, like I saw Peanut, I saw a few other players that were like, we're free agents. We're free agents. It's like you lost one game all season. Like, what do you mean you're free agents? Like,
I'm a free agent.
Are you that fucking weak minded that you lost your first game of the season to the second place team, and because you didn't play well, like that's it? You guys just fold? Like, I don't know, dude. That's a level of weakness that I can't comprehend.
Wow. Aztec pulled this back. Wait, let me not sell. There's still 20 seconds left.
Okay, Exile. Okay, they only allowed 2 goals in game 2. In game 2, I guess
That sounds like a win to me.
that's a win. That's a win if you're cash,
That's
man.
improvement.
That's a win if you're cash.
All right. Anybody know what's going on with the? I thought they were about to start. We got 3 points.
So apparently Samba didn't pay attention. It was tied after, or not Samba, Barrios is tied after 2 games and didn't play the third.
But they're about to send, I guess. I'm gonna tell this dude to put a support ticket. What the hell is the support ticket thing?
I don't know, but like these managers need to come into these tickets like more ready and organized, because like the only reason why there's so many fucking tickets lingering is because like managers just not actually having the information we need to like process the ads.
Yeah. Some of them just put random shit in there, and I'm like, what do you want? Like they'll wait like a half a day.
I just told told Curly in the spotlight. He said he's gonna try to do us proud.
Okay. Now I can focus on these games.
Yeah,
I mean, we only got actually there might be a few other ones like
third one.
I mean, Sambo and somebody going to third game, but I don't know what their stream is.
Samba, and I think
This guy asked why not Pens. Yeah, I mean, do you not
After
watch?
third. I mean, it's in the rules. I don't know.
oh my god, dude. I like, you know what, and maybe they've never
Untouchables?
played maybe they've never played ACL before,
They
but
might not.
like damn, bro, that's how all playoff, because like the thing is like if it's 1-0 and then 1-0 the other way, the game's not smart enough to take you to pens because they don't know you know what I mean? Like it's not real life like Champions League style, you know what I'm saying? So how would that work out? You're just fortunate enough to play 2 games in a row that were ties, and you're able to go to an extra time and then pens in the second game. Like we're not gonna make rules based off of that. It's always gonna go to a third game.
Greasy Gang scored 3 goals on Untouchables. I mean, they lost, but hey, A for effort. 7-3.
Props to Greasy Gang, man. Might go play there actually. I wonder
Right?
if they need.
Mhm.
I wonder if they need like a 6'6", like 245 striker.
They might.
That's the way. That's the way of the way of
I mean, you
FIFA
don't
now.
honestly. I'm in full belief that you don't even have to be good to run that.
No, you just play flicks and power shots.
That's literally it. Like
That's
I'm
really all
not.
you need to do.
I haven't played in like 3 months, and that it
I mean,
was not
why else would you
difficult.
play? I mean, why else would you play big? You're not gonna be sitting there skilling, trying to outrun
Right.
people. Your whole point is to win the flick, and then if you got an open shot, you take the power shot.
Okay, now I'm
That's
confused. Black Label is saying. Okay, so Chamos lost by forfeit.
Are you sure? Because I thought they put it the opposite way in there.
No, I'm reading it. Black Label FF win. What does that mean? Now, Black Label just put in Black Label win versus Los Chamos 1-0-1-0. I'm guessing Black Label won.
Did Los
In
Chamos?
forfeits.
Oh yeah. They said Black Label forfeit win. I'm guessing that means they gave the forfeit win to Black
Yeah,
Label.
that's what I'm gonna read it like. Okay.
If they
So
want to play next round, they can reach out to an admin and we'll put them back in. You know what I mean?
who? Ooh,
Oh,
is
that
that
was
Shinjin?
nasty. That was nasty. No, I
No, we're
think that
watching.
was
No, that's Syndicate. All right, so
yeah,
Syndicate
that's
up.
Syndicate.
I recognize that Cam. I think he was in D1 West last time.
Syndicate turned on the hacks.
Looks like it.
Apparently easy to come by.
I heard. That's what I've heard.
I don't know. I mean, it's at this point, like we're getting pretty close to just making the announcement that
Just do it. I think it's the only way you're gonna fix it because people are gonna keep
it's
doing it.
if they have the
I
option, like
think
it. If they have the option, they'll do it.
I think
I mean,
we
stuff doesn't
should with
change. I
people
mean,
that were like repeat offenders. Because I don't want to be an ass, but there is a team that is all PC and no one's ever said shit about them.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of
Like I
legit
don't want
PC
to like
players.
I don't want to kick all PC players out because there are some that have not done shit.
I mean,
And
I play on PC, but I won't
yeah, but
cry
like this is
about
a whole
having to
team,
go
and
to
I'm like I don't want
console.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I don't want to be an asshole to them when they've done nothing but
just gonna have to come up with a
positive.
way to make it almost foolproof, where like
But the thing
maybe
is, I
have
don't think
like
there is
an
a
admin,
foolproof.
maybe have an admin specifically watch the guy on PC streaming that is accused of it and just watch everything he does. I mean, it seems like a hassle, but
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the problem. Is I
because
don't
like what
know.
UPGA does, like I don't know if it works because people are still cheating.
I feel like it would work if you're streaming and doing what you're supposed to do, because you can't. I, I mean,
The problem is we have 100 teams, so who's like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of fucking streaming
streams
to
to.
have
I
to
think
go
you'd only
through and
look
shit.
through it if it's an accuser type thing. But I think I don't know. I think there's ways to like stream a screen where it doesn't. When you alt tab, it doesn't change the screen.
see, it
Probably.
would help if
So I think
like
there's
you
just a
could
lot
see
of
your
ways to go
opponent's
around
stats
it.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just I don't know. Like I get it. We're gonna lose some players out of it, but at the same time, it's just like the constant crying and headache and like
Yeah.
you guys need to look at this person, you need to ban this person, you need to it just like it becomes too much. Like it's just like not worth the trouble's not worth it anymore. Um oof.
Oh,
Oof.
oh,
Oh
no
no!
way.
Oh
No!
no. Oh
No.
There's no
man.
way. There's no way. Wow.
That is unfortunate right there for
That
Shinji.
was a crazy second miss though. Like I mean, I know it wasn't a miss technically, but like he had the whole net and time and he waited and shot it right into the goalkeeper.
So we're just I mean, it looks like we got a lot of teams go through though, so it's just like one or two forfeits.
Mm-hmm.
I think if that's the case, I mean, I think Shinjin should be a candidate to go to the next round, like based off this game.
Based off of forfeits, I think so too.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
if it's a double forfeit,
Shenzhen, Shakhtar,
Give them spots. I mean, I
yeah,
think they earned their spot. You know.
yeah, because if there's
right.
a
If we had a double forfeit, absolutely. You know what I mean? Put them in
Yeah.
that spot.
I
See
need to
what they
see it
do.
because I think some of them were going to reschedule for this week, so that's the thing too.
Class I know was trying to
Yeah,
reschedule. But I don't know if Lucretus ever
I know they were
actually.
talking in general,
Yeah, I don't know if
but
Lucretus was actually planning on playing or not.
yeah, that too.
That part of it is what I'm not sure about. I mean, there's really like there's no way to get through this without this happening. Like it was always going to happen, whether we do signups where you have to sign up to play, or we do mandatory and you have to submit a ticket to not play. Like
It was fun. Yeah.
we see it in the flashes the last 2 weekends. People are going to sign up and not show up regardless.
Oh, good save. Good
Oh
block.
my god,
Chucky
another good block,
23 is just
dude.
saving him in this one.
Really good half.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
half for both teams.
that was a really that was an entertaining half for sure. For sure, this is a good matchup. I mean, what place is Shenzhen in? Like sixth, fifth, something like that.
Yeah, they're in playoff spot. So let me see. I can
I mean,
pull
that
it up.
makes me think that they'll be competitive if in D1 West next season.
Yeah, especially how D1 West always will see a lot of drop off.
Well, I can tell you one team that's not coming back guaranteed, and that's Royal X.
Yeah.
The second that team loses in the playoffs, everybody leaves that chat and that team folds.
Shenzhen is currently 5th. So, I mean, they're having a good season. So,
Yeah, that's a solid season. I mean, realistically, if you make the playoffs in D2 West, you usually promote up, just because of the number of teams that fold out of D1.
looks like Barrios gave up the game to GLP.
They didn't play.
Nah, apparently the guy said people were getting off. Other people got off. He couldn't get more than 8 on. Or
We can reach out to them and move them forward, honestly.
okay. Well, how many spots we got? Because I don't want to overdo it if we don't have all the spots.
Yeah, we'll have to wait, honestly. We'll have to
Yeah,
go
let's-
through and put the scores in tonight.
I'm making my debut for Untouchables tonight.
Oh man, that's
We're
good.
doing it. We're doing it. See if me and Joker can turn it around for him in the late
What's
hours.
Joker playing?
GK.
Oh, good
Oh
save,
my-
Lumberjack.
GK.
Okay, so I don't know who plays cam for them, but expect a lot of L1 triangles or whatever the fuck your buttons are on Xbox.
LB wise.
Yep, that's
mean,
majority of what they do.
I guess I'll be playing CDM tonight, so
It's a year.
Oh, they'll be expecting you to send the long balls.
Yeah, like
I mean,
that.
I have long ball
Shinjin
on,
is
so
through.
if
Ooh,
that's
he's
what they
offsides.
want.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen him play, that's what they normally do. What are we looking at? Oh man, another PC accusations. I don't know who the gut player is, but
I don't know. I've been getting more and more information on that whole situation. I think that you guys should take a look at about
any
that guy.
admin.
I mean, it's not. My thing, like I said, is like I don't know enough to know what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I got some more info and like screenshots, so I'll pass it on and we can keep looking at it.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't even know what I'm looking at with screenshots. It's like what is
Yeah, like
that?
he sent a screenshot of the guy, and I'm supposed
With
to figure out.
the
Right.
what happens with the control thing? It like muds your player, so it makes it seem like you're slower.
Okay.
And so like it'll change in game, like it won't be controlled, but then when you look at your acceleration type, it'll say controlled when it's not supposed to be. And that's the thing that makes you seem like you're mudded, like you can't keep up or your stamina goes to shit by like the
Yeah.
60th minute type thing. So a lot of times I don't think the hackers use like 99 overall. They use the shit that messes with your team. And I've seen it firsthand. I mean, I can send you a video. I think I might have it of a buddy of mine that played against someone that was using it, and you can see the weird reactions that his players were having, and the guy ended up getting in trouble for cheating because it's what happened. It like muds your player. It's weird. It makes it seem like you're running in slow motion.
My only thing about that was like, didn't that happen in the Select 11s tournament? But then there was more complaints about that team after the player got banned from the tournament.
Right.
So like, was it
Yeah.
that player? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things where it's just like, or were there multiple people doing it? Did they get the wrong player? Like, I don't know, dude. It's that's where I'm kind of fed up with the whole PC thing. Is it's like, dude, if people have the opportunity to get an advantage, they're gonna take it every time. Not all players, but there's those people out there that absolutely will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just coming down to the point where, like you said, you're gonna have to ban the PC players, unfortunately, if you really want it to stop.
Yeah, I mean, and our biggest concern used to be before this year's FIFA was like second accounts, and we've had absolutely none of that, and instead it's nothing but PC hacking.
Yeah, like making like that one dude got caught like 3 or 4 times on different names. I don't know.
Hmm. But yeah, and like I
Yeah,
said, like they're gonna keep coming back, so just don't allow
yeah,
PC.
yeah. I think that's the only way, and that's just not like I
Ooh,
don't
what a
know for
ball!
for the people watching and for the people that might watch this. It's a big save.
Ooh, good
We're not
block.
accusing anybody. Like we're not gonna. We're gonna look into it. So don't think that like we're just gonna jump aboard stuff. I want to be as fair as possible with everybody
Yeah,
and
and
transparent. I'll give you your
like we
fighting
always
chance.
kind of said, like if it's the unfortunate thing about being the biggest league in North America is that like we're
Everybody's watching
expected,
you.
well, and we're expected to be like the world police almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's like, oh, this guy got banned there, so
it's
but
a
at the
good
same
ball.
time, like
Big save.
we've always kind of admin like, okay, well, that didn't happen in this league, so you want us to ban somebody for something that you know happened in another league, but
Yeah.
not to say that it's not happening here because we haven't caught it, but at the same time, like that's a tough call to make.
Lumberjack's been he's been on fire tonight.
Yeah, he's having a good game. I need to
It's
stop talking.
no, you're good. It's
I was
unfortunate
typing with this
sometimes
one
when
guy back and
shit
forth.
goes in. Or sometimes nothing you can do. I mean, it happens to the best goalies.
Oh,
Oh, that could have been a big mistake. The goalie was looking the other way.
yeah,
It's a good game. I think if we're gonna do the whole double forfeit thing, I think Shinjin should hop in regardless of what happens this game. I think they earn their spot if we can give them one.
yeah. They've definitely played good against this tough opponent, and they showed up.
Yeah, and that's something we'll do with other teams depending on how many spots we have. It's not just Shinjin. If we feel you guys played it like Shakhtar, for instance,
Yeah, this was a great fight by Shenzhen though to take him to game 3. Honestly,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
mean,
that
it
was
wasn't. It
expected.
was. Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't think anybody expected that to happen.
yeah, for sure.
Well, I think
One last counter.
they should get a boost out of this for their
One last
ACL
counter.
and push forward and see what they can do the rest of the season.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, don't
That
take.
close call. Dang.
Ooh,
Dang.
that's it.
That's a good effort from Shinjin.
The end of our ACL Cup games tonight, but
Yeah,
we'll
hopefully we have
sort
more.
through. Yeah, we'll sort through the try to get round to as many actual games to happen as possible. So
Yeah,
we'll
for
sort it
sure.
out over the next week.
Well,
So
appreciate the ones that stuck around.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. To everybody who showed up and actually
Yeah,
played,
shout
we
out to you
appreciate you.
guys. Yeah, and the ones in the stream that stuck it out too.
so we'll be back tomorrow. I don't even know what East games we're watching tomorrow because we don't have anything on Thursday, right? For 4th of July.
Yeah, nothing on Thursday, so it'll be tomorrow, and then off till ACL Cup next Monday, and then full week next week, and I think for the rest of the season until we finish. So,
Yep.
we're getting into the heat of kind of second half of the season. Games start to become a lot more important right now.
Jesus. Samba beat Banner Brothers 14-6.
Ouch.
Aggregate, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Well,
All right, boys. Well, y'all have a
Yes,
good
sir.
evening.
Yeah, you
you
too.
too. Past my bedtime. See you tomorrow.
Yes, it is. Later.